good morning. You're welcome to this morning episode of You and Your Mental Health. My name is Oyenike Adeleke, transmitting live from Oyo State Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism. This is Aloore Radio, and I'm here again this morning to ginger you to ensure that you're starting your week on a very good note. And like I always ask you, how are you? You know, we're talking about your mental health. We're talking about how you can be emotionally, financially, physically, materially, and every rally, okay, because that entails your whole being. Once you're emotionally fine, once you're mentally fine, you can ensure that every other thing falls in place. So this morning I'm asking you, according to my routine, how are you? I'm not asking you how are you because I want you to answer me, oh, I'm fine. No, I'm actually asking you, how are you? What's going on with you? What's happening to you? What are those things that has happened that has affected your mental health? What are the things that have excited you? What are the things that have made you cry or made you sad? What are the things that are bubbling on your inside? What are those things that you're afraid to face? All those things encompass your mental health. And that's why this morning I have come to tell you that things will get better. I'm come to encourage you, to ginger you, and to ensure that your week is according to plan. So if you are with me this morning, I want you to answer that question with all sincerity. And it's okay to for your answer to be, I'm not doing so well. Oh, Inike, I'm not doing too fine. Oh, I'm not so good. Oh, I'm not on top of my game. Oh, something happened. I'm not fine. And it's also okay for you to say, I'm excited. I'm on top of my game. Whoo, everything is fine. At one point or the other, everybody has one thing that or the other that is making you either happy, glad, sad, or mad. All right. So this morning on You and Your Mental Health, I have an amazing topic for you. There's something I want us to discuss, and while we're at it, I'm sure you're going to have a wonderful day. At the end of this show, trust me, your week will be set and you'll be ready to face any giant that comes across your way.
You're listening to Aloore Radio, Ibadan, Nigeria.
trendybeats.com.
Stacking up my money, no time for your shit. Money kulapo, I don't care for your hate. Me no fighting. Me no fighting. Me no. Throwing down drums from bungalow down there. I did my penthouse, you can't even reach me. Me no frightened. It is not your fight, stand down. I'm not the one, calm down. You know I'm not your problem. You can't be me, why bother? Don't have your time now. Ole mumi bow down. To bambi no farabale. Oboya ko lari mole. Okay. It's okay, let them see. Trouble no they pay me. Injaye on a daily. Okay. We go there, okay. I just want to give me. Look. Baby, it's your daddy. My grace, you define. I get it times two. You dey eye me. Let me remind you. No, they try me. But to bury me, go my berry. Yeah. You got my attention now. What you gonna do? You the tension, but you let kung fu. But I cool it down. Cause me no fight it. It's not your fight, stand down. I'm not the one, calm down. You know I'm not your problem. You can't be me, why bother? Don't have your time now. Only move me bow down. tó bá ń bínú farabalẹ̀ àbóyá kò lárí mọ́lẹ̀ okay okay it's okay let them say trouble no dey pay me kí n jayé on a daily okay okay we go dey okay I just want jayé mi lókè lókè.
All right, you're welcome back. This is Aloore Radio, transmitting live from Oyo State Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism. And my name is Oyenike. I'm your Monday morning ginger to ensure that your week is on course. And this is you and your mental health. This is the show where we talk about your emotional, mental, physical, financial well-being. This is where we ginger ourselves to ensure that the week is according to plan. And this morning, I have something amazing to share with you. The topic for this morning is handling your past hurts and pains. You know, a lot of times when we talk about mental health, what we usually do is because we try and evaluate your present situation. We look at what you're going through, we look at what you're passing through, and how it affects your mental health. And then I've been coming through a lot of people in place of counseling and talking to people that have issues with their past hurts and pains, and they've not been able to handle or move past it. And one thing that I realized is that it's been holding them back. If you're here with me last week, we were talking about how you can overcome and forgive yourself for things that have happened in the past. And then we evaluated the year. We saw that, okay, half year is here already. How did you do in the last 6 months? What are the things that stopped you? What are the things that slowed you down? How can you handle those things so that the next 6 months can be good? So this morning, I want to address the issue of past hurts and pains. What are those things that hurt you when you were a child? What are those things that hurt you as a single person before you got married? What are the things that are painful to you? I'm not talking about physical pain alone. I'm talking about emotional pain. I'm talking about things that when you think about it, it still brings tears to your eyes. You know, you have not been able to go past it. In fact, if you could have the power to turn back the hands of time, you would reverse it and ensure that it did not happen. But guess what? It already happened. So what we need to do now is ensure that we handle it so that it doesn't stop you from reaching out to the future. All right? So this morning, I want to take you through what it entails, what you need to do, how you need to handle the past hurts and pains so that it does not stop you. Because a lot of times, what is holding us back, what is stopping us, are things that have happened in the past. So I said something when I posted on my Facebook page this morning. I said, what's hurting you now happened in the past. What will hurt you tomorrow is happening today. How do you control it? Let me explain that. What you're hurting over right now happened yesterday, happened in the past. For some people, you didn't have control over it. For some other people, yes, you walked right into it, but we still can't blame you for it because it's not your fault, but it happened, all right? So what is hurting you right now happened in the past. But guess what? We will handle that and then address today so that you will not have hurt tomorrow. Everybody is living one day at a time, but today is tomorrow's yesterday, if you understand what I'm saying. So let's address first what is happening to you now, what is hurting you now that happened in the past. One thing that I love telling people is that what happened in the past is in the past. Oh yes, the repercussions, the leftovers from it, the regrets, the happenings that some of us will not be able to move past it because it's like a weight, like a burden in our hearts. Every time we think about it, we're hurt. So the question I want to ask you is, thinking about those things, does it change it? No. Worrying about those things, does it change it? No. Crying over those things, does it change it? No. The best thing you can do to ensure that you handle the past is to deal with the issues. I'm not saying forget about it. I'm not saying pretend that it did not happen, because it doesn't work. It actually happened, all right? Some people will tell you that just pretend as if it didn't happen. No, it happened. We know it happened. There were occurrences, there are people involved, yes. So I'm not saying pretend it did not happen. I'm not saying that ignore the past. I'm not saying that just lie to yourself that it didn't happen. No, you have to first come to terms with the fact that it happened, all right? So now the next question you should ask yourself is, how did it happen? What did I do to make it happen? What were your mistakes? Once you can identify what your mistakes are, you tell yourself that this is the mistake I made. I won't make such mistakes again, so I can move on. All right? So one thing I want you to know this morning is that whatever it is that happened in the past, you were a part of it, or maybe you were not even a part of it consciously. Maybe somebody did something that hurt you. So how do you move past it? Number one, put it in your heart to say that, you know what, this has happened, it has happened. I need to forgive myself, and I need to forgive the people that are involved. I know forgiveness is a big deal for some people, but if you don't forgive them, you cannot move on. The last time I was on the show, I told you a story of a spider monkey that will hold on to a peanut until they catch it and kill it. A lot of us are holding on to their past hurts and pains. And guess what? If you hold on to something, especially when it's something that is hurting and painful, they're usually like burdens. They're so heavy that they pull you back. Anytime you hold on to the past, you cannot reach out to the future. So this morning, I want to ask you and I want to tell you to let it go. If you can and you're able to, send a message to the people that are hurting you or that have hurt you or that have pained you to say, you know what, I forgive you. Let them go. If you do not, you're still hurting yourself. Because worry is like a rocking chair. You know, when you're on the rocking chair, when you sit on the rocking chair, you keep rocking yourself, but you're not moving forward. A lot of us are on the rocking chair. Yes, we're moving. There's speed. It can be slow, it can be speedy, but you're not moving past that spot you're in. So why would you waste your time rocking yourself for no reason? Why not just let it go and move past that pain? How do you forgive yourself? Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I made a mistake. I'm human. I'm sorry. If you have to apologize to yourself, tell yourself, I'm sorry it happened. It's time to move on. See, because what awaits you in the future is more than what is in the past. So this morning, I'm asking you and I'm begging, I'm pleading with you, I'm suggesting to you, I'm advising you that you should let go of the past. You know, some people like it when they have this pity party and they have things like, see, stay away from all those people that all the That's called self-pity. Self-pity will get you nowhere. But guess what? Let me tell you something that is shocking, and I will tell you everything. Those people that are saying, sorry, they are still the ones that will keep reminding you of the past and what happened. So the moment you get to a place where they're saying, sorry, just tell them, I'm past it, I'm over it. Don't worry, it's gone. I've forgiven myself. I want to move on. That is where the power to move on lies. The power to move on, to forgive, to get rid of the past lies within you. But stop all the pity partying. Stop going to people that will keep reminding you of the past. If you have to cut ties with them for now until you can heal perfectly. You do not need anybody telling you what the mistakes you've made are or what you need to do well that you didn't do well. It has passed. Can we just leave that and move on to the future? That is the best thing that you can do for yourself right now. The past is in the past, let it be. The future is ahead of you. You need to learn to reach out to the future. But you can't reach out to the past and the future at the same time. No, you need to let one go so you can hold on to the other. And this morning, I'm telling you, it is time to move on.
trendybeats.com.
You they do as them they do. Oh God, do it thing you know. You better know who you are. You better know who you are. As you come this life alone, that's why you go live this life alone. You better know who you are. You better know who you are. Ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ lọ́wọ́, Olúwa ló wà. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́, Olúwa ló wà. He can give and take away, but every day na for give away. Baba say make a day happy, make a day happy, yeah. Jao, yes, jao. Baby DJ, jao, yes, jao. Baby DJ, hallelujah, baby DJ. If you talk, you must do. And when you lie, we know the truth. You better know who you are. You better know who you are. When they say you done the old, brother, keep them on the low. Don't let anybody know. Now money go give you fix it that. Ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ lọ́wọ́, Olúwa ló wà. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́, Olúwa ló wà.
You're listening to Aloore Radio, Ibadan, Nigeria.
All right, you're welcome back. This is Aloore Radio, transmitting live from Oyo State Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism. My name is Oyenike Adeleke, and this is your Monday morning show, You and Your Mental Health. And this morning, we're talking about how you can get past the hurts in the past, the hurts and pain, how you can handle it and move past it. And this morning, I spoke to you about the fact that the past is in the past, you need to let it go, and the future is ahead of you, you need to reach out to it. One of the things I need to do to get rid of the past is that you need to let go and forgive the people involved and forgive yourself. And I told you that one of the things that you need to do to ensure that comes to pass is that you need to allow yourself to see reasons why it happened and tell yourself it was a mistake. Yes, even though you walked into it yourself, even though the times you were not involved, it was beyond you, it has happened. Like I said, you will not pretend that it happened. It actually happened. Okay? I'm not of the opinion, I'm not of the school that will say that just tell yourself it didn't happen. No, it happened. We know it happened, all right? But you don't have to sit down there and wallow in self-pity while you're just waiting for life to happen. You need to take charge of your situation and circumstance and move on. And that was one of the main reasons why this morning I want to encourage you to let go of the past, let go of the people involved, forgive them, and let's move on to the future. So I'll read that quote again that I said this morning. I told you that I posted on my page this morning, and I said in my quote, and I'm going to say it to you again, I want you to listen carefully. I said, what's hurting you now happened in the past. What is hurting you now happened yesterday. What will hurt you tomorrow is happening today. So you need to learn to take charge of your today. If you look at the sentences, you discover that the constant is today. Today will determine a lot of things. Today will determine how you handle the past, and today will determine how you handle the future. So you have the power of today. It's called the power of today. Today can change you. It can make you or mar you. So what I'm going to say to you is take charge of today. So having said that, we should let go of the past. How do we get hold of the future? Let me give you one shocking news. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but it's the truth. Hurts will still come. Pains will still come. Life is like that. People will make you happy or sad. People will make you mad, sad, or glad. But guess what? You are in control. You can decide who you allow to make you sad or glad or mad. How? The people you allow around you. So the future is right ahead of you. What do you do about the future? You take charge of it. So let me give you a good example. You know that a particular person upsets you. You know that this particular person is always getting at you at work. This particular boss or colleague is always getting on your feet, getting on your nerves, putting you into trouble. So what do you do about things like that? Avoid it. In cases where you cannot avoid the person, the best you can do is avoid things that would allow that person into your space. When I hear things like, this person is always doing this person is always getting on my nerves, the question I ask you is, why do you always allow the person? So you know that this person is always out to get at you, always out to get into trouble, always out to offend you, always out to upset you. And then you still keep hanging around that person. What's the point? The future is in your hands. So what you tell yourself is, I want my tomorrow to be fun-filled. I want it to be good. I want it to be fine. So what do? Avoid anything that would distract you, disturb you, or annoy you. What are the things you can do to ensure that the future is in your hands and you're on top of your game? Take charge of your future. How do you take charge of your future? Let me ask you this. What do you want for the future? You want peace? You want to make more money? I'm sure that is number one on your list. You want to make more good network. You want to be fine. You want to live a healthy life. You want to live a fruitful life. You want to be happy. Now, everything you have casted upon your stone, you have written these things down, and you want them to come to pass. So the next thing you should ask yourself is, how do I get these things done? Listen, life does not just happen. You make life happen. So you want to live a healthy life. What do? You start engaging in habits that will give you that. You want to make more money. What do you start doing? You start writing down the things that you need to do to start doing that. You want to increase your income. What do you do about that? You start engaging in activities that will help you to increase that. You want to be happier. What do you start doing? You start engaging in activities that will make you happy. You know, I have people say that life happens, whatever it is, life, whatever will be, will be. No, whatever will be will not be. That is a statement of lazy people that just allow things to happen anyhow. So how do you take charge of your life and your tomorrow? You wake up in the morning and then have your to-do list. Today I am doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guess what? Somebody will come to say, you know what, I want you to do this for me. Oh, I want you to help me to do this. Can we just do this? And then you tell the person it's not on my list. If I have the time, I can still put it in. But first thing first, you put attention to the things that you have lined up for the day. Definitely distractions will come. Oh yes, there are a lot of distractions. Distractions will come in terms of people, friends, neighbors, children, spouses, colleagues. But see, once you have plans on what you want to achieve, you would ensure that you stay on top of your game and you don't allow anybody to fiddle with it. That's the main thing. That's the most important thing that you need to do to catch a hold of your tomorrow. Tomorrow is not in the hands of your neighbor. It's not in the hands of your parents. It's not in the hands of your children or your loved ones. It is in your hands. So that means you can determine what happens to your tomorrow. Do not allow the past hurts and pains that has happened in the past to determine how good you are for tomorrow. Your tomorrow can be stable. Your tomorrow can be fine. Your tomorrow can be good if and only if you ensure that you're on top of your game, you plan the day as it should go, and you are the best thing that happened to yourself.
People we know they feed you, always the first to talk about your life. Look at the irony, shame you for public, on the beg you for side. Don't get it twisted, oh. I know the kiss acid, that shit is not healthy. Keeping my distance, oh. Some people are worse than pandemic. If it go cause my peace, then I go take my leave. If it no be money, do not disturb me, please. If it go cause my peace, that's some expensive shit, oh. If it no be money, do not disturb me, please. I just roll up. It is what it is. Yeah. Mama, be live up. I just roll up. It is what it is. Yeah. Mama, be live up. Money no they bring happiness, so now when I get money I realize, oh. But I no be hypocrite. I dey pray make you get your own too. See bad times will never last. Hey, let me love my last, yo. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Life comes at you so fast. Small time you don't become waiting you hate, yo. Okay, they hate their lives and they're lonely. No energy for nobody. When no they happy for me, Okay, you hate your life and you lonely. No energy for nobody. No waste your time, man, I know, say yo. If it go cost my peace, then I go take my leave. If it no be money, do not disturb me, please. If it go cost my peace, that's some expensive shit, oh. If it no be money, do not disturb me, please. I just hold on. It is what it is, yeah. Mama, be live up. I just hold on. It is what it is, yeah. Mama, be live up.
You're listening to Aloore Radio, Ibadan, Nigeria.
I don't wanna live my life for you. All over the news, all over the news. Only God now know the kind of thing I do, the kind of thing we do. When I thank God, I got the lead. Say God no ungodly. Oluwa na comforting me. When these people they come body me, Man, I thank God I got the lead. Say God no ungodly. Oluwa ain't comforting me. When these people they comfort me, it's why I die sometimes. A little Henny and ice. Make a fitty cool over man. Take a live this life. Oh my lady, oh kill it boy no. Make I play you my cassette you. Anything you sell is a market you. Try to they look from my aspect you. They loud them at the handset you. Me I know fi drag the shine. Oluwa na be my country down. Me I know they try to connect the lights. I just want Charlie boy day, make Charlie boy day. Man I thank God I got the lead. Say God no got the lead. Oluwa ain't comforting me. When these people they come body me. Man I thank God I got the lead. Say God no got the lead. Oluwa ain't comforting me. When these people they come body me. That's why I die sometimes. They little Henny and ice. Graffiti cool look my mind. I just want to live this life.
Alright, you're welcome back. This is Aloore Radio, transmitting live from Oyo State Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism. My name is Aloore. I'm your mental health advocate. I'm that person you listen to on Monday morning so that we can set the pace for the week. And this morning we're talking about how you can handle the past and hurts in the past. How you can ensure that those things don't weigh you down, stop you from moving on to the future. And I spoke about the fact that the past is in the past. You should let it go. And the future is right ahead of you. You should lay hold on it, be on top of it, and grab every opportunity that comes. This morning, as I'll be rounding off, I want to speak to you about how you can make sure that people do not determine what happens to your life, your future. You see, because a lot of times we give people the opportunity to determine our moods, to determine our happiness. You are giving people too much liberty, too much opportunity, and too much rights over your life. It is your life. It is what it is. Your life is yours for the keeping. Your life is yours for you to take hold of. So that's why when things happen to you, you keep blaming others for it. It's not supposed to be. It is your life. It is your situation. You are the one. You are the main character in this movie. Let's imagine your life is like a movie. You are the main character. If it's like a book, you are the main character. You are the main person in that script. So you need to ensure that you're on top of your game, and whatever comes at you from left, right, front, and back, you are the one in charge. Let us stop putting our lives in the hands of people to take charge of. And then when anything happens, you come back crying to say, you know what? I'm sorry, this person hurt me, or that person said these things. You allowed it. So this morning, I want to encourage you. I want to ginger you. I want to please speak to that person, to that your inner man, to tell you that you have the power to be that person you can be or you want to be. You have the power to take charge of that tomorrow. You have the power to be in charge of anything and everything that comes your way. So please do not allow for 1 second, do not allow people or places or things to determine your happiness. As long as you are in charge of things, as long as you're in charge of your life, your day-to-day activities, even when you make mistakes, you will know that it's your mistake and you will fix it. You know why things are usually so painful is because you allow people into your space, you allow people into your life, they mess things up, and then you feel bad for allowing them into it. Am I saying you shouldn't have people or friends around you? No. I'm just saying do not allow them to be the determinant factor when it comes to certain things. Own it. Own your life. Own your space. Own your decisions. Listen to me. If you make a mistake, stand by it. If you made an error, stand by it. Be bold enough to say, this is my decision, this is what I want to do, and this is the way I'm going. And nobody will be able to stop you. And guess what? Even if you now strayed off or you were distracted or diverted into something else, you will be able to say to yourself that, you know what, this is exactly what I wanted. Oh yes, I made a mistake, but notwithstanding, this is where I'm going. This morning, I want to encourage you. I want to charge you. I want to leave you with this thought. Do not allow your life to be in the hands of another. And do not allow the pains of yesterday to hold on to you such that you will not be able to reach out to your tomorrow. Tomorrow is important. Tomorrow is in your hands. Tomorrow is very key when it comes to certain things you do, when it comes to your progress, your productivity, and your profit. So own it. This morning, if you want to remember anything I've said, I'm telling you to own it. Own your space, own your life, own your decisions, own your work, your business, your everything. Be in charge, be on top of your game. And when you look back at yesterday, you have no regrets, and then you can look at tomorrow and be excited about it. I hope this morning I've been able to encourage somebody and be able to ensure that your mental health is back on track. Or from time to time, we need to do those checks and balances to ensure that we're on top of our game, to ensure that as life is bouncing us out, we're bouncing ourselves back into the game of life, and we're ensuring that things work according to plan. All right, I'll be back again next week to encourage you, to ginger you, to show you exactly what needs to be done and what needs not to be done. I'll be back again to encourage you and to tell you what things need to be done in your life and what are the decisions you need to make sure that you're on top of your game. Your mental health is very important when it comes to your social life, your financial life, your health, your environment is important in every ramification. That's why you need to guard it jealously. You need to guard it jealously and ensure that you're on top of your game. I wish you all the best this week. Please ensure that you take charge of everything. You own it. And whatever happens, whatever comes your way, you're strong enough to shake it off, to handle it, and to deal with it. Last thing, do not allow the past to slow you down. It's not worth it. Let it go so they can reach out to the future. Have an amazing day. I'll see you again next week. And until then, make sure your mental health is in place.
This is Aloore Radio, transmitted from Ibadan.
Everything you put your hand go walk. You name go open doors. You said go be a boss. Amen. Amen. Everything you put your hand go walk. You name go
Bring
open
you
doors.
everything from breaking news,
President must know that this is a bad time for our nation. We must look for foreign support to save this nation.
world news, sport, music,
Bella just want me with you like guys.
and many more. To listen to our programs, follow us live on all our social media platforms, on Facebook at Aloore Radio, Twitter and Instagram at Aloore Radio. You can also subscribe on our YouTube page on Aloore Radio. Make sure you click on the notification bell so you know when we are live. This is Aloore Radio, the voice of Oyo